Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Low-End PC Gaming. Today, I'm diving into the First Berserker Khazan, a game I had no clue about until many of you bombarded me with comments to test it out. So, I took the plunge, and let me just say, thanks for introducing me to this icy madness. This is the kind of game that makes you feel like a pro gamer 1 second and a keyboard smasher the next. Let's see how it holds up on our trusty i3 machine with no graphics card because, as always, we love to live dangerously. When I first booted up the game, I got a heartfelt note from the devs asking me to avoid using DirectX 12 due to some ongoing issues. Naturally, I obliged and switched to DirectX 11. And let me tell you, it's like being handed a parachute before skydiving. Better safe than sorry. I also cranked every setting down to low and enabled FSR 2. Setting it to balanced for a touch of visual flair. If your PC is even humbler than mine, consider setting it to performance or ultra performance. Your FPS will thank you. Surprisingly, I managed to squeeze out a steady 40 to 45 FPS, with occasional dips to the 30s during intense fights. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to hit more than 30 FPS, so this felt like a win. The game still looks stunning, with its cel-shaded visuals and atmospheric lighting, even on the lowest settings. So far, so good. Now, onto the juicy part, the gameplay. First, let me admit something. I'm not exactly a Souls-like expert. I'm the kind of player who charges into battles with all the confidence of a beginner, trying to beat a chess grandmaster. My usual strategy? Run in, swing wildly, and hope the enemy's AI has a bad day. So, imagine my surprise when the First Berserker Khazan managed to hook me, despite my lack of finesse. The game starts by throwing you into a stunning yet brutally unforgiving world. The frozen tundras are both beautiful and eerie, with snow-capped ruins and towering cliffs painting a bleak yet mesmerizing picture. Honestly, the world itself feels like a boss. It's cold, unrelenting, and constantly reminding you that survival isn't guaranteed. Combat is where the game truly shines. The controls are tight, and every action, whether it's a swing, parry, or dodge, feels deliberate. That's not just a fancy way of saying, I kept dying a lot, although that's very true. The enemies don't just attack you. They study you, anticipate your moves, and then destroy your confidence. The bosses? Oh, they're on another level. They don't just hit hard. They deliver the kind of punishment that makes you question your life choices. There was one boss fight where I honestly thought the game was trolling me. Every attack seemed perfectly timed to counter my every move. But when I finally managed to land that last hit and win, I felt like I just conquered Mount Everest. What really stood out to me was the depth of the skill tree and the inclusion of ranged combat mechanics. Souls-like games don't usually give you many options for fighting at a distance, but here, ranged attacks aren't just viable, they're fun. Whether it's launching arrows or hurling magical projectiles, these mechanics add a fresh layer of strategy to the gameplay. Plus, the skill tree is extensive and lets you tailor your playstyle. Want to be a tanky berserker who can shrug off hits? Go for it. Prefer a nimble build focused on precision and speed? That's an option too. Another highlight is the animations. Every swing of your weapon feels heavy and impactful, and even dodging has a certain grace to it. The sound design complements this perfectly. When you land a hit, you feel it. On the flip side, when you take a hit, it's like the game whispers, "Better luck next time, champ." And let's not forget the small details, like the way snow crunches underfoot or the subtle shifts in lighting as the world transitions from day to night. Admittedly, I died a lot, and I mean a lot. At one point, I joked to myself that the death screen should just stay permanently on my monitor. But that's the beauty of a well-made Souls-like game. Every death feels like a lesson. Instead of rage quitting, I found myself analyzing my mistakes, tweaking my approach, and diving back in. There's a strange kind of satisfaction in finally beating an enemy who's wiped the floor with you for the past hour. One thing that genuinely impressed me was how well the game performed on my low-end PC. Even during intense battles, I didn't experience significant stuttering or input lag. The FPS stayed relatively stable, and while the visuals were dialed down, the game still looked fantastic. The cel-shaded art style does wonders here, creating a look that's both timeless and visually striking. And knowing the devs are optimizing it for lower-end PCs, that's just icing on the cake. Even though this was just a demo, it left me with high hopes for the full release. If this slice of the game is anything to go by, we're in for something special. From the immersive world to the addictive combat and the surprisingly decent performance on low-spec hardware, the First Berserker Khazan is shaping up to be a must-play for fans of the genre, and maybe even for those who just want to dip their toes into the Souls-like waters. So, what's the verdict? The First Berserker Khazan is shaping up to be a gem in the Souls-like genre, and the fact that it runs so well on a low-end PC is a testament to the developer's commitment to optimization. Sure, you'll need to tweak a few settings, but that's a small price to pay for such an enjoyable experience. From its stunning cel-shaded visuals to its tight, rewarding combat mechanics, this game has everything a Souls-like fan could ask for. And even if you're like me, more of a casual masochist than a hardcore gamer, you're bound to have a blast. So, shout out to all of you for recommending this game. Keep those suggestions coming, and I'll keep pushing my low-end PC to its limits. Who needs a high-end rig when you've got determination, right? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more low-spec madness. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep gaming and keep it low-spec. Alright, that's it for today, folks. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments which game you want me to test next. And hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot more fun and frustrating low-end PC gaming adventures coming your way. Until next time, stay awesome and happy gaming. Enjoy the rest of the video.